Tim Drake proved way back in the day that he was worthy to be a Robin. In this particular instance, they go over his origin, how he figured out who Bruce was. He didn't have no problem with hard work and dedication or training. This guy pulled up on Batman himself and said, I want to be a helper. He pretty much said, this junk ain't a game. Then he realized that one of the Robins was gone, aka the Red Hood situation. He was obsessed. If I can't get to Batman, maybe I get him to come to me. Interesting way to handle things. Fast forward, before you know it, he's living in Wayne Manor as Tim Drake. They kind of just summarize it like this. The death of the family, the replacement after Grayson Robin became Nightwing, and blah blah blah, new outfit, new wings, and etc. Call me Red Robin. Incredibly skilled acrobat, was being scouted to the Olympics prior to becoming Robin. You know, just like classic DC stuff, characters go through their evolution. You got the old era, the new era. DC likes to reboot stuff, so they might have different looking costumes, but he's just kind of like the same character even though the reboots happen and stuff. You get it. Just to be a sidekick of Batman, you have to be strong enough, even as a kid or a boy, to beat up two trained special forces people. Just being a Robin, not even being Batman. Everybody talks about prep time, but what about Tim Drake Robin's prep time? He got a data bank that has all the weaknesses of the villains, yo. When he was Red Robin, you see it? Yeah. He's on it. He uses this to get the edge over his villains. Robin had to go through the emotions like everybody else did. There was even a point where he couldn't figure out which weapon he wanted to use at one point. Eventually went with the staff. Yeah, he's not Green Arrow or nothing, but he's been trained in archery by Batman, and Ollie trained him. So his marksmanship is good. Before we get started, to be a Robin, you know he's a Batman type character. He has to have a certain amount of standard gear to only make sense. As a Bat person, you gotta have a cape that helps you glide for long distances. Night vision lenses, because they do a lot of stealth stuff. Smoke pellets to get out of a quick jam. After the Flashpoint reboot stuff, he has a different looking outfit. For example, these wings was able to cut Superboy tears. Like, what are these made of? Somebody make this crap make sense. This don't make no sense. But Tim Drake was able to use his wings to stab Trigon, a cosmic being. What? Built his own bat plane, built his own bat computer. His gauntlet can make hard light constructs, like on some Green Lantern construct type stuff. IQ of 142, bro. Nightwing believes that Tim could definitely enhance his equipment. Batman calls him the best tactical mind he's ever worked with. Classic grappling hook, fast-acting hardening gel, strong grenades hard enough to blow up steel, tear gas pellet, exploding, marbles, can mimic other people's voices with a voice synthesizer, fire suppressant foam against Metallo in this occasion. When the plot demands it, he can evidently produce 100,000 volts of electricity generated from his costume. To make matters worse, he's done it again, even against this big old monster. Like, that's a lot of electricity. And of course, he has a gas mask, projectile that are strong enough to break a cage. When beings like Superboy cracked it only, maybe he helped them break it by, you know, they cracked it and then he threw it at the bomb, make it break open faster, something like that. Smoke battering. He has stuff that shines really bright. In this occasion, underwater, he uses it. His belt even has a laser. Bombs in his belt that make you throw up. Thermal goggles, radiation scanner, incendiary bomb. He has equipment that's strong enough to blow up large metal towers. Cryogenic, aka ice bomb. His bow staff has a built-in EMP to disable all electrical devices nearby. As Red Robin, his staff does have a blade in it. He has tiny bombs that can blast open a large metal door. His mask has a built-in camera that records everything he sees. Something you wouldn't expect from a little old mask like this. Sonic battering to make your ears hurt. Red Robin seems to have everything he usually does, but on crack. Like omnidirectional cameras woven into his suit. And as Red Robin, his grappling hook seems to be super strong to where it can hold up a bus and 2 cars and support all that weight, and he's just gliding away. He has a grenade launcher where he can launch sticky bombs at it and then it blows up. That's a cool gadget. Special flashlight that can kill Eclipso monster. And look at his car, the Redbird. Automatic electricity defense system if you try to touch it. Bulletproof windows, obviously, and retractable blades. It can be called to him remotely without him even having to be in the car, and it can be disguised, so it can blend in so people won't try to target it. Bat glider, Bat family paranoia, you gotta have the famous access to kryptonite. Snowmobile has his own Bat cave inside his own apartment. People always look down on the sidekick. Yeah, sure, he's not Batman, but he's still a beast fighter regardless of it. Makes me wonder what kind of training does the Bat family do, and them being able to fight with super soldiers and skills and strength and etc. Not to mention they have ridiculous fighting speed. How strong is Tim Drake Robin though? He didn't just stay a sidekick type character, had different evolutions to where he even been a leader at times. And something up with these DC humans, even before training like that. Large wooden beams like this, he was able to lift up with a lot of effort though. I mean, one reason why he deserves to be Robin is simply for the fact he's smart enough. Batman's identity and the former Robin identity with his intelligence and deductive reasoning skills when he was 9 years freaking old. Same thing with learning characters like Huntress's identity, Deduce's Impulse's identity. Bruce himself says he'll be the world's greatest detective someday, letting you know how smart he is. He was able to figure out where Riddler had a bomb hidden because he is smart like that. He even figured out Captain Marvel's identity, uses deductive reasoning to figure out Anarchy's computer password. Code word was code word. Really, Anarchy? Code word is your password? He figured out that somebody was using a bird to track him just because he knows the bird is not usual Gotham type bird. He was able to figure that out. Almost instantly figured out that Ted Grant was Wildcat. Batman put him on detective type test and he was still able to figure it out because it was literal training. He hacked into the police database, hacked the high science security base, figured out how to use a New God supercycle pretty quickly, hacks into Wayne Tech, hacked into Cadman's computer. He knows how to disarm nukes. He was able to pinpoint all of the magical activity on Earth. Batman says it himself about Tim's ability to deal with the unexpected. His tactical and strategic organization is brilliant, even Bruce says. He's paranoid like Batman, like how he booby traps all of his hideout. We're not going to talk about prep time stuff. He made a serum to disable Ravager's power so he can get the advantage over being. Developing a counter serum. He braces for truth or dare. I dare you to remove your mask. He removed his mask and his mask is still on because he got another mask. That's funny. They were just trying to have a normal time in the camp. When it comes to fighting ability, he knows strikes that'll paralyze you, aka nerve strike. He knows how to slow his own heart rate so he can slow down breathing. When he was Batman, skilled at pressure point combat, more nerve cluster attacks. He was trained to be able to fight without his sight, hours and hours blindfolded to prepare for stuff like this. He knows strikes that'll render your arms useless for a day or two. Literally got training from Cassandra Cain in fighting ability. You know, the daughter of Shiva. Batman taught him 100 different ways to disarm someone within reach of the weapon. When other beings talk about his fighting, he moves with a gymnast precision and confidence. Robin reacts like a seasoned veteran, trained himself in lockpicking. As you can see, this guy escaped from full-body shackles using nothing but his mouth. Let that make sense. He got trained in combat by a man that Lady Shiva even has respect for. Lady Shiva's like literally one of the best fighters in DC history. And Robin even got training from her. Respect Tim Drake. He even got better over time where she was like curb stomping him. And then he eventually was able to get the edge on her on certain occasions. There was even some point she underestimated his skill, that staff combat. He was even taught ancient healing techniques. All this training seems to pay off because for some reason, all this training, skills and stuff combined with his intellect, they seem to have physicals way higher than what should actually be possible or normal for Pete's sake. And Tim Drake is no exception. Just like other Bat family members, Tim Drake seems to be like in the super soldier rages when it comes to the stuff he can do. And when it comes to fighting speed, just like other Bat family members, they're consistently able to avoid bullets and just speed blitz the gunman head on without really getting lit up with bullets. A whole bunch of separate occasions this happens. You would say it's plot, but it happens too often. Not to mention other Bat family members that he literally trained with literally stare at bullets. It makes sense for him to be able to dodge bullets too. Just like on this occasion, then proceeds to throwing the batarangs at him. Just like in this occasion, like how are they missing this close range without him having fighting speed? He has to. Like, bruh, Matrix style. Bruh, really? They can't hit him once? These people ain't normal. It's like a swarm of bullets, y'all. Like, I know they're probably doing aim dodging on top of this, but some of it they just straight on dodging. Bruh, really? They can't hit him none and then gets blitzed? You see the dude shooting and he's literally evading. Like, yeah, y'all get blitzed. His fighting speed has to be crazy. I mean, this dude is fast enough to dodge a spray of bullets, yo, in a very small area. I mean, we're talking about a guy that got trained by Cassandra Cain. Don't forget, we've literally seen her dodge bullets herself, and guess who Tim Drake's getting trained by? So it makes sense on why he's able to dodge bullets. She's literally staring at the bullet, and she looks at this bullet, and she dodges, and she's literally looking at the bullets mid-flight. Seriously, Batman, what are you putting in their breakfast? I mean, on top of training with Cassandra Cain, it makes sense because he's literally cool with one another. Just to prove it isn't aim dodging, he literally blocked a bullet with his staff. Then proceeds to blitz kick. More gunshot. Evading. They can't hit him once. He even speed blitzed somebody before they can have a chance to shoot. Even when they was this close, he was like, woof. Before she can pull the darn trigger. That's speed. Knockout. He doesn't skip leg days, jumping over a bunch of shurikens. Superboy, stop goofing off acting like you can't catch these arrows. Guess who can't catch the arrow? Robin Tim Drake can. Riddler was shooting at him, he dodges, and Boomerang, he dodges. Fighting speed. Then blitzes Riddler. Tear gas bomb gets swiped away in midair. Don't get it twisted, he's definitely slower than Speed Force users. But like, he was able to anticipate where he was going to go in order to trip him like that. But yeah, he's definitely slower than Speed Force users. Don't get it twisted. He's fast, but yeah, he ain't faster than Speed Force users. It's hard to imagine Robin's moving like this, man. That's crazy. Another person having a Robin at gunpoint. Blitzes him before they can fire. 3 torpedoes coming at him. He was able to avoid it in time. When Harley Quinn was dressed up as Batgirl, he caught a projectile mid-flight. Dodges a rocket shot and gunfire in this simulation with Bane. He's surrounded by this many people with guns on him. How in the living heck did he manage to disarm all these people before they can shoot? That's ridiculously fast. He had to pretty much disarm all of these folks in an instant. Imagine one person surrounded. Say if he went in this direction to, disarm him. By the time he got to this person, or this person that had a gun, you would have enough time to shoot. But nah, he literally swiped all of y'all away at fast before anybody could react, implying that his hands can move faster than your eyes can see. That shows his fighting speed. In this occasion with the Executioner, he even evaded electric blast, bounces from OMAC to OMAC in this occasion with the other youngsters, blocks a sword swing from an Amazon who's definitely superhuman, evaded Superboy clone's heat vision, could have been aim dodging that, speed blitzes an entire room of gunmen before they could really get a good shot off. All these assault rifles. He avoids it. Throw a knife. He deflects it with his staff, showing his fighting speed. Dodges a shot from an RPG. Deflects a shuriken with his staff as Red Robin. Dodges repeated blows from Captain Boomerang. His striking power is pretty insane thanks to the fact that he can literally move his hands really fast. I mean, think about it. It makes sense, right? And we're talking about a guy that's so strong, he hits Cassandra Cain to a wall and the behind wall cracks a little bit. A metahuman like Killer Croc, no problem, let me hit you off of Batman. He was able to kind of keep a motorcycle from taking off until the hook break, showing his level of strength. 3 men get knocked down, 1 kick. Definitely stronger than an ordinary boy to do that. And he kicked this man through a metal grating with his kicking power. He can sling into a statue hard enough to break it. He can punch and engrave them. Sends a man flying through the air with a kick. You know he don't have normal strength. I mean, look how far this man went going when he tossed this guy off the boat. Kicks both of y'all, kicks them that far combo hit. Strikes can knock down Killer Croc, whacks off the head of a statue with his bow staff, striking power. No head statue, striking power with the staff. Alfred's opinion matters, wouldn't you say? He even thinks he trained Tim Drake well and is more capable than the other 3 partners. This guy in particular considers Tim the most dangerous of them all. Obviously, he don't mean he's stronger than Superboy, but just dangerous. That's a vague way of saying he's got skills, I guess. You cool when Poison Ivy respects you. He's feared and respected by King Snake. My boy Nightwing even respects him. Batman says he even sees the potential to even be better than Nightwing. I mean, Nightwing did say he was his equal, so I mean, it kind of makes sense. Heck, Nightwing considers him as a better Robin than he ever was, in his opinion. Even Ra's al Ghul says that Tim exceeded his expectations. Tim Drake passed each and every one of his tests. He will produce a worthy heir. And naturally, he's one of the candidates to replace Batman, obviously. 7 elite councils of spider assassins. Some of these beings being metahuman. Ra's al Ghul is watching. Red Robin has the skill to fight all these beings off solo, to show some of them armed, some of them even metahuman. It doesn't seem to matter. Fighting skills, battle IQ, all put together. He seems to pull it off pretty well. And he did all this while protecting someone else. An entire building with terrorists in it. He just goes in there, Red Robin style, beats them up. Even if you're a metahuman, he can still get the advantage of huge group of men, all have firearms. He's still able to solo, regardless, thanks to it being skills, combat speed, being trained by Batman, Shiva, using batarangs in the middle of combos, doing whatever he has to do, combining all his skills, even when being swarmed, still pulls it off regardless. He's way above your average fighter because even League of Assassin members who are well trained, he can blow through multiple of them, even when they're armed with a whole bunch of bull. Even when in a friendly sparring match, he can take out 2 special forces agents in a sparring match. Defeats several trained assassins because you ain't as skilled as him. And if you're a rookie ninja, don't even try to fight Tim because he's way too much. How many fighters you can say that actually got the skills and respect to beat Bane's father in a literal fight? King Snake, someone rumored to be the most dangerous man alive. Joker isn't really known for his combat skills. On this occasion, he takes on Joker because he can. Someone that fought Catwoman And with all due respect, kind of stalemated her. Oh yeah, Robin, you guessed it, beat the same being. One could argue he's a better fighter than Catwoman herself is a pretty decent fighter, with all due respect. But this is extended quite a bit and it pushed him. Miraculously was able to draw blood. Superboy telling me he ain't super soldier tier at least. I mean, he did throw this disc hard enough to knock a man out cold, but that's none of my business. Strong enough to hurl this large man. His striking power is able to cleave through robots with his staff. Batman taught the Bat family how to communicate via blows in case someone's watching. That's insane. Someone that had money fights with Green Arrow. And yes, he also had his chance to fight Catwoman herself. Heck, she even notices his speed. His former martial arts teacher, I guess one could say the student can take on the master now. He's got in a fight with Jason Todd. Pretty much all the Bat family members, whether it be Batgirl, Batman, Robin, Red Hood, Nightwing, they all seem to be pretty freaking relative to one another. Dick Grayson already said he respects him. Heck, he's even gotten in a fight with Dick Grayson when he was Batman, Red Robin versus Batman. And it pretty much said, like I already said, they're relative to one another. Kinda curb stomp Damian Wayne in this particular occasion. He is a lot older, probably thanks to his willpower. They have endured crazy beatdown. Part of it thanks to some of his standard gear cushioning the blows, but then part of it is just his willpower, and he's just not no normal human just because of training. Like, he got bashed in the ground by Clayface. It's implied these wings he has are actually bulletproof in the newer stuff. He even got hit with a telekinetic blast that breaks concrete, for Pete's sake. There's even times where he gets hit by characters way out of his tier and gets sent flying, but he's still able to kind of get back up afterward. And even if it's not newer stuff, his older armor protects him from getting shot, as long as nobody has aim to hit you on your skin, where your skin is exposed, right? Skilled enough to catch a batarang between his hands. Kind of wipe the floor with Damian. Here, defeat several agents. Even in new stuff, he's got skills to fight while blindfolded. He even fought Red Hood himself and gave him some work, but yeah, I think all the Bat family members are pretty relative. It's nice seeing a character like Robin go from a sidekick to becoming his own hero, actual like Red Robin, like he ain't no sidekick right here. Because he could definitely stand on his own. He's superhuman for no freaking reason because of training and fighting skills, ridiculous fighting speed, but that's comics for you. You can train your way up to super soldier level. I mean, they be fighting Deathstroke and metahumans. If you watched enough Marvel and DC videos on my channel, for some reason, peak humans have superhuman capabilities for some weird reason. Don't ask me, I'm not the one that writes it. But what do you guys think? Do you think Tim Drake is super soldier just like the rest of the Bat family members like Batman and Lady Shiva, Cassandra Cain? I think he is, just like the other Bat families. It's just a common thing. Can you tell me one 60-year-old boy that can take on freaking special ops agents? Like, how do you even learn that level of fighting skills in such a short amount of time? And in the newer stuff, what the heck is his wings made out of? But I also want to give a quick shout out to those that took the time to donate to the channel. It helps out a lot, believe it or not. Respect, Tim Drake, Robin, Red Robin.